The journey is the destination. Sun Tzu, Art of War. The boob fondling scene in Chainsaw Man is much deeper and richer than you would think on first watch. Now, before you call me a gooner, just hear me out, okay? I genuinely believe that a lot of people, myself included, should be able to take away a genuinely really powerful and resonant message from this scene, no matter how weird that sounds. So just please hear me out, okay? Because this is genuinely interesting, all right? First, let's talk Denji. And full disclosure, I am not a manga reader, but I don't think it takes much to realize that this dude is not your typical shonen protagonist. I mean, my guy is more motivated by jam on toast and getting bitches than he is actually doing good for the world, which is relatable, but also makes sense if you consider his terrible upbringing. I mean, my guy basically had neither of his parents, and he had to take on his father's debt to the Yakuza. So as a child, he constantly had to fight devils and do tasks for the Yakuza. And even that wasn't enough. He literally had to sell one of his own goddamn nuts just to pay off the debt. And so when you couple that with the fact that he never interacted with a woman up until the point when he met Makima, I think it makes a lot of sense as to why he would make groping boobs some big life goal of his. Because to him, it's kind of like jam on toast. It's a kind of normal, good experience that he never got to have due to his upbringing, but that now he might be able to rectify. So I think it's very important that we discuss Denji's backstory before we get into the actual details of the scene, because it's very important to understanding why the scene is actually super deep. So without further ado, let's actually play the scene and break it down piece by piece. First, the scene establishes the atmosphere, with the pin drop silent room being filled only with the noise of Denji's breathing and the ventilation. Then we get feed service, which I appreciate. But on to more important things, we get to see a reflection of Denji in a tap, with water dripping from it, showing clearly in a very genius metaphor Denji's raging boner and desire. And then we get to see the man himself, panting frantically, even taking a gulp, because this is it. This is what his life has been building to. Those years of isolation, of being poor and broke, all of them have been coming to this, with an emphasis on the come. And so he goes for it. He leans in and grabs them. He fondles them. He gropes them. And Power, for her part, plays the part well, acting as if she enjoys it very much, just to give Denji as much pleasure as he possibly could from this interaction. And I do like Power's characterization here, because she clearly revels in being in the position of power, if you will. But back to Denji. He keeps groping and grabbing the boobs, but he's starting to feel that it's not everything it's made out to be. Maybe boobs aren't that great after all. But then comes an excuse. The breast pad falls out. And of course, Denji wonders what it is, and then Power explains. But then, maybe Denji had a little bit of hope here. I'll get to that in a minute. But he just keeps going and going, searching for this feeling that he thought he would gain from the boobs, but he simply doesn't. And then when it's all said and done, he feels nothing. He just says, "That's it," as Power leaves, clearly satisfied. Man, that was one marvelous scene. I think a lot of us can genuinely take away a message from the boob fondling scene, because a lot of us are like Denji. We chase after these lofty goals, like maybe the ever elusive true love, fame, or fortune, and think that it will be the thing that gives us happiness in life. And so when Denji actually achieves his goal and manages to fondle some boobs, he kind of regrets it to an extent.
He feels empty. In fact, during the scene, when the breast pad falls off, he desperately tries to use that as an excuse, right? Use it as an excuse that that wasn't the real boobs. Those weren't real boobs. So he keeps going and going, but he just realizes that boobs aren't all it's made out to be. Same thing for us. Achieving these lofty goals isn't all it's made out to be, right? If you actually became famous, if you actually got a fortune, if you actually achieved true love, would it really make you happy? Because that's not what life's about. That's not what happiness is about. I think life is about, well, experiences and connections, the things you've gone through, the connections you've made, the people you've met, and how that shapes you to do future things. Maybe emulating kindness or lashing out, even. That's what life's really about to me. And finding true happiness is just finding the right connections and chasing better experiences, but not shying away from the negative ones. And so, I guess you could say that the real boobs were the friends we made along the way.
Okay, so if you couldn't tell by what happened just now and everything in this video, including the fake Sun Tzu quote, this is a big joke. This entire video is just a joke. So if you actually like needed life advice from me and this video in particular, then go get some help. You might legitimately need it, all right? But in terms of why I made this video, there are a few inspirations. First of all, the movie came out, and by the time I'm recording this video, I have not watched it yet. I plan to release this video by the time the movie came out, but that didn't happen, so now I just plan to release it by the end of October. So yeah, that happened. I haven't watched it yet, but seems cool, I guess. People like it. And well, there's another thing, this Kaguya-sama skit by a really nice skit YouTuber, RG33. In fact, the bisexual Denji skit was a skit that I used in this video. Like, there are clips of that skit in this video. So go check out his skits and his channel. I'll link it in the description below, and credit to him for the skit. But there's this really good Kaguya-sama skit, like the best skit I've seen on his entire channel. Okay, so with this Kaguya-sama skit, alright, I want you to scroll down to the comments, right? Just keep going down. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to check out RG33 as well. You just keep scrolling down in the comments. You're gonna find this one comment by @real7419, and it says, "Dude, trust me, the boob fondling scene is plot necessary." Fujimoto says to his editor, as he is also cooking a lesbian orgy, as character development. Now, that second part is horrifying, but aside from that, this comment did make me think, is the boob fondling scene actually plot necessary? The short answer is no, because it only really gives Denji motivation to kill the gun devil, and I feel like Makima could have just used her tits to do that, so yeah, it's not plot necessary, but hey, at least it indirectly birthed this video. So thank you to @real7419. And thanks to you guys for watching, I guess. This is a very stupid video, so um go subscribe to RG33, go like the Kaguya-sama skit, and get the fuck out of my house.